What's going on, everybody? I'm Matt.
And I'm Vanessa.
And today we're going to be talking about Always Shine. Now, we're both aware that Always Shine came out at the end of last year.
Sure did.
But this was actually a film that was recommended to us by one of our subscribers, John Carbonato. And for that, I want to say thank you.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, because we always appreciate the opportunity to check out films that we haven't seen before. And yeah, this was a great opportunity for both of us.
We haven't seen it before. I had never heard about it. He did. So thanks, John.
Yeah, thank you very much. And with that being said, let's talk about this film. Always Shine stars Caitlin Fitzgerald and Mackenzie Davis as Beth and Anna, two longtime friends who unite to spend a vacation together in Big Sur. However, the trip becomes a nightmare when rivalry and jealousy begin to drive them apart. On one hand, Beth is soft-spoken, gentle, almost fragile, and on the other, Anna is rough around the edges, aggressive, and unafraid to speak her mind. Beth is successful when it comes to landing lead roles in films, although those roles are in crappy horror movies. Anna has done some TV work and is struggling to break through, and you can see where this is going.
Yes, you can.
Now, this is a small-budget horror film that was directed by Sophia Takal, and I do remember when this film came out, however, didn't get a chance to see it in theaters because it's a small film, limited release, actually only made barely over $16,000 at the box office, so it was like that. Didn't come here to Vegas. But once again, thank you to John.
Thank you for John.
For actually reminding me about the film. I was like, I have heard of that. Never seen it. Now, what I thought was interesting was, after this was recommended, I went back, watched the trailer, and was really unsure about the movie. I wasn't sure what I was getting myself into, but thank goodness the movie is nothing like the trailer.
Right. I remember being very skeptical about the trailer, thinking I may not be very interested in this movie, like, at all.
Yeah. And I even told you, I was like, well, the trailer, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one. But the movie is actually a slower paced horror film, and it relies on character development and study a lot, relies on directing, and definitely relies on acting, because this movie is focused on just these two women.
It sure is.
And there's like a handful of supporting characters throughout the whole entire movie.
Kind of surrounding, but these two women are pretty much complete opposites, and they play their roles
amazingly well. I love the acting in this film.
And Mackenzie Davis is, wow, I want to see her in more, because she's able to take on a lot in this movie.
Yeah, she is.
With her personality.
And I love watching the interaction between these two. I mean, that's really what sets this movie going. It is intense. It is intense. It doesn't start out intense. Once again, slower paced film.
Yes.
But the build up, I don't know, there are some moments in this movie that are
maybe
borderline cringeworthy.
Tense.
Yeah. And I don't mean cringeworthy as in like, I don't know about that, but like, oh, okay.
Yeah, they intentionally make you feel uncomfortable.
Yes. That's a great way of putting that. They're great in this movie, and I also I love the directing. I love the directing mixed with the setting. I mean, it is filmed in Big Sur,
so it's beautiful.
Yeah, you get some great shots, not just of them and their interactions, but of the surrounding area kind of plays a role in the film. They're kind of isolated by themselves, and that doesn't help once once that feud starts rolling. Once it starts building up.
Really well. It's to me, I feel like it's a simple but an interesting story.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
It's not overly complicated.
No, and to me it was kind of like, I don't know, the way that this movie is filmed, it's very realistic. It's almost like you're there watching everything unfold. It's like watching just a tiny slice of life happen right before you. Yeah, and you're there with them going through.
You're like watching it firsthand, like
this downfall of a relationship,
a friendship. Yeah, it's just.
And that is something too. This movie speaks a lot to women's roles in Hollywood. I mean, the very first act, it's opens up with this audition that's really uncomfortable, and then, well, I don't want to start ruining things, but I don't know. You see the differences between these women, and then you see not just their competition, but how they feel. I don't know, their place in Hollywood, their place in the world of film, and trying to climb that ladder. I don't know, it's really interesting and also kind of unsettling.
It's strange. It's very interesting to see the two different personality types.
Yes.
They're both aspiring actors, aspiring successful actresses, and one may have more success than the other, but the other one seems like they have more drive than the successful one. It seems quite interesting.
It is really interesting, and also I feel like the film speaks to how that drive to succeed can really ruin a friendship.
Yes.
How it kind of like sets this or places this bad seed in there, and then it just grows and
grows
yeah.
and grows.
And then for the final act of the film, this movie does take a turn. There is a twist that happens. I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't seen the film. But I will say that I think it might disappoint some people, or some people might not really like the ending. I do like the ending. I do like the twist. I like the direction that the film goes in. And to me, I don't know, it sets up this really tragic and somber ending that I felt was fitting. And I felt like the film deserved that ending. So I enjoyed that. I enjoyed it. You're shaking your head.
I felt confused. I had everything that I thought had happened. I was like, what is going on here? So I was a little bit disappointed with the ending, and I still am pretty kind of confused with the ending.
And I think it's open to interpretation. I really do. Some people might disagree with that, but I feel like there are a few different ways you can take the ending and run with it however you please. I've drawn up my own conclusion. You're still lost in the wilderness, and that's fine. And actually, I will also say that this movie might need to be watched more than once.
Potentially, yes.
And I feel like the more times you watch it, maybe the more you pick up on certain things. And my conclusion might be completely wrong. I might be way off base.
Probably is. I'm just kidding.
I might be. But in any case, I did like this movie. Any problems I had with it, I don't want to get into it too much. Although it is slower paced, it held my interest throughout. I'm giving it a B.
I have C+.
C plus?
C+. It's that ending.
If
I watch it again, maybe that'll change.
All right, no, fair enough.
I do appreciate you, John, for recommending
absolutely.
it. So.
Absolutely. I think that this is one I'll probably check out again. Or I don't know if I come across it. Might snatch it up, actually. Might add it to the collection. But anyways, bottom line, I feel like this is a movie that will probably be appreciated by those who are into the psychological horror films, or if you are one of those people who don't require blood and gore to enjoy a solid horror movie.
No,
I think it's worth checking out. Absolutely,
it's creepy enough in this movie with the slower pace, the tension, everything kind of building up. I think it's really well made.
I do too, and it is available to watch on video on demand. I actually don't know if it's available to buy yet. It might be. I think it came out in November of last year, so
probably.
Probably is available out there somewhere. But yeah, if you come across it, check it out, watch it, and of course, if you have seen it, let us know what you thought about it down below.
Please.
Especially you, John.
Yes, John.
I want to know. I want your opinion. I do. And yeah, if you like this video, hit the like button if you want to see more of our twisted, deceptive movie reviews. Hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. We will see you guys next time.